Well, good morning all, and welcome to an episode of Monster Truck Pickup Trucks. Today we're going to be talking about pickups, not pickup trucks. Anyway, okay, welcome to T-Files, guys, episode 19. I know, it's amazing how did we get so far. Today I'm talking about guitar pickups. Okay, not monster truck pickups. Alright, okay. First off, we're talking electric guitars first, okay? And then we'll get into the other guitars later. So, this guy over here is what we call a single coil. If you look below. Okay, so that is a single coil. You'll see the 6 little, what they call shafts, metal shafts. Now, a pickup is made from coil, copper coil wrapped around magnetic little poles. It's called an electromagnetic system. So what it does, it works off vibration of the string, and then it picks up each string and sends a signal through via electromagnetic out to the amp and stuff like that. Okay, so as long as you understand that there's always normally 6 poles that send signal by wrapped around with copper coil. Okay, single coil. Right, you'll find those mostly in Strat guitars, some occasional super Strats, and sometimes in Telecasters where they have one in the middle. Yeah, it gets complicated, but majority will be in a single Strat, single coil. Okay, then you can move on to humbucker. Now, the inventor of the humbucker was a guy called Seth Lover. Now, he kind of studied under Seymour Duncan and all that kind of stuff. But he was mainly the guy who came up with it. So you'll notice now it's almost as if there's 2 single coils mixed together. So you'll see the one at the top and the one at the bottom. Now, this particular one is special because they call it a zebra pickup. Main reason how it came to be was they ran out of black pigment, so they kind of incorporated the cream into the mix. So that's why they call it the zebra, because if you envision a zebra, he's a black and a white stripe. In this case, it's black and cream. Okay, so zebra pickup. Now, humbucker, as the name kind of states, it eliminates hum. How they do that is, if you envision the top pickup, it's getting wound north. Okay, how would you explain it? Wrapped around clockwise. That's probably a better explanation. Okay, so top one clockwise with the winding, the copper winding going around the shafts that way. Then you've got the one at the bottom which is going counterclockwise. So what it does is it actually eliminates the hum, because it's, I don't know how to explain this in scientific terminology, but yeah, 2 pickups going indirect ways will probably eliminate the hum. And the hum, I'm meaning, is kind of like almost like there's a bee trapped inside. Okay, so that's humbucker. Get them in different variations. This one's just a zebra pickup, so I could explain to you how they came to be. You get them in stock standard black, stock standard cream, stock standard white, all that kind of stuff. And then you move on to same concept, but now what they call a chrome-plated covered pickup. As you can see, oops, that's upside down. You'll see the 3 or 6 in this case little screws going through the cover. So I don't know if you can see that in the video. At the bottom. This is now going to have the exact same concept as that, but with the chrome plate over it. So what it does is it basically eliminates treble coming through. There's a discussion where people say it doesn't do a thing, it just makes it look pretty. It kind of changes the actual overall sound. It does eliminate a bit more treble and has a bit more beef, because if you envision those screws are going through the plate where the rest of the pickup is further away from the strings. So yeah, if you will, it's a bit more powerful on that type of, more mids. I don't know, personal preference. Let's go with that. Alright, then we move on to something a little bit more exotic. This is what we call a P90 pickup. So I don't know if you can see there. It's a little bit smaller than the humbucker. A little bit. Can you see that? So what it does is it's going to give you a bit more of a clearer sound than the humbucker, because the humbucker has got double pickups in it, so it's going to be a bit boomy and muddy sometimes. So what they've done is they've come up with a single coil kind of combination where they've overwound it. So what I mean by overwound is if you take a single coil, they've got copper wire going around it, but now what they've done is they've just doubled up the copper wire. So that's why you can see it's a bit thicker than usual. So this is a P90. They used to use them in Les Pauls, like your 1959 gold tops and stuff like that. It does give a different tone than the humbucker. Not as beefy, but still beefy-ish, with a little bit more clarity. So yeah, and you'll still see the 6 screws coming through the plate. So normally a plastic plate, not a metal plate like I showed you earlier. It's just a different design so that it looks similar to a single coil, I think. P90 or soap bar. Soap bar is another name for it, slang term if you want. Because it looks kind of like a soap bar somehow. I don't know. Back in the day, soap bars probably looked like this. Strange. Okay, so P90 soap bar. Alright. Then we move on to our country loving singers and songwriters. You get what they call Telecaster. Now, Telecaster normally has 2 different types of pickups. You'll see the first one there in the video below. Okay, this one over here. Just keep watching this little place over here. This is what they call a chrome covered single coil. Normally it's always going to be in the neck, okay, normally, but it is actually chrome plated, as you can see. But another name for it, I don't know where they come up with these names, guys, don't criticize me. A lipstick pickup. Now, I think back in the day the women used to have those chrome plated lipstick covers, so that's what they call it, lipstick pickups. It's another terminology for them. Alright, so you'll see it's very thin, like a single coil, a little bit smaller. The single coil's a bit wider. So that would be the neck position in a Telecaster. Then you get the bridge position, as you see there. There's not much difference between single coil, however it's a bit more beefier and chunkier, and it is positioned at an angle on the guitar, like a Strat would be in the bridge position. So yeah, this one gets mounted to the bridge on the metal plate, so they say it does change the overall statistics. Is that the right word? Probably not. But anyway, it resonates a bit differently because it's joined to the metal plate, base plate. Okay, so as you can see, it's got the metal chrome thing, copper, brass. Terminologies for metals. Okay, that's brass, not copper or metal. Okay, so Telecaster bridge pickup. Alright, and moving on, slowly, quickly, fastly. It's all passive pickups, which means they don't get powered by anything. So it just goes electromagnetic, straight out. Okay. Now you get what they call active or powered pickups. Now I'm going to show you an EMG. You see that one? There's not much to see. It's just like a black little block, really. You'll see at the back there is completely sealed. Now, what's special about this guy is the fact that it's actually kind of less magnets inside. The reason being is because it gets powered by a 9-volt battery. You'll see here, these are the things it comes with in the packaging. There's your input, there's a battery clip in there. I don't know if you're going to see this. There's the cables that just, everything connects to each other. There's your pots, tone and volume. So it's like a whole kit normally, because you've got to kind of change your entire guitar. So that's the EMG active pickup. Okay. Normally, when you use active pickups for heavy metal heads and stuff like that require more power, where you do lose a little bit more tone. This could be decided, but yeah, very, very powerful super boomy for those guys that need more power. Okay, now if you still want some kind of tone from these things, there is such a thing called a powered pickup. Now this is the Fishman's idea of a powered pickup. I don't know if you can see this in the video. So it looks kind of like the chrome plated humbucker, however less magnets inside. Also comes with all the volume tones and all that kind of stuff. You just plug it in and go. But this particular one is based off a different design. So as opposed to this pickup, the EMG, it's active. This is now powered. So what it really means is it's still getting powered by a 9-volt battery. However, the preamp is built into the pickup, as opposed to getting powered via the POTS preamps and stuff like that. So it obviously sends signal out via preamp inside the pickup, which creates a different tone, basically. So as opposed to just being normal conventional signal being overpowered, this is now going to be straightforward, just a bit more kind of tone coming out of him. So this particular one, I think, is the modern series. So you can basically make it sound like 2 different types of voicings per pickup, which is quite cool. So they normally come with a push-pull pot, which, geez, now I've just kind of thrown a spanner in the works. Okay, push-pull pot is literally a normal pot. You know, those Tonier jobbies. But you can push it up, pull it up, and push it down. I got it wrong. Okay, so if you pull it up, it changes the signal. Push it down, it changes back to normal, kind of thing, which I'll explain a little bit later if I've got time. Okay, so powered pickups. Then very quickly, you get your bass pickups, which is kind of based off a single coil. So you get your jazz. Okay, so you'll see 2 poles either side of where the string should go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, so this is single coil jazz. Then you get what they call split pickup. I don't know where to broke it. I don't know if you can see there with the wires in the way, but basically how it works is it goes like that. It's what they call split pickup. And these they use on P-bass guitars, P-bass basses. Precision bass, that's what it stands for. Alright. Okay, then moving along quickly, acoustics. Now acoustics will use quite a few different options, but the majority of them will use what they call a ceramic undersaddle. I don't know if you can see in this video, but that little black thingy, this guy will sit under the saddle. And if you don't know what the saddle is, guys, do some more homework, man. Seriously. Okay, it's a little plastic or bone or tusk, there's different names for these things, that sits inside the bridge in that little slit, and the strings sit on that. That's what they call the saddle. Because you sit on it! Anyway, so this is made from ceramic, mostly, or if not always, and then it runs with a cable to what we call a preamp. Alright, so that's the undersaddle. Preamp, there's a lot of different options, but I'm just going to be showing you one single one. So I don't know if you can see there. This particular one has got a built-in tuner, it's got bass, middle, treble, all kinds of weird exotic things. You get a phase button as well, which changes the polarity of your undersaddle. Polarity meaning if it's going one way, it changes it to the other way. Right? So it'll be a little bit less spacey if you plug it in, a little bit less trebly if you unplug. Kind of, yeah, the button. So that is a preamp. Then from there, we move on to, like I said earlier, coil tapping with push-pull. Now, very quickly, I don't think I've got much time left. Coil tapping allows you to take a humbucker and split it in half. So if you envision the cream one being the active, live position, what it actually entails you to do is split the pickup in half. So if you've got a humbucker but you prefer a single coil tone sometimes, then you will have that option to change it to single coil. Now other options, say for instance parallel, series, what that means is if your positions are so and so, if you've got 2 humbuckers on a guitar, then what we'll do with the parallel is series is if you've got a pickup like that and a pickup like that, you're changing the one pickup to turn around basically. So when you're in the middle position with both active, it makes them the same way. So kind of different sound on that. I don't know how to explain the sound to you. You've got to kind of hear it. Maybe I'll do a demonstration later on in the other episodes. So that's parallel. Wait, series, sorry. Parallel is when you're taking pickups that are going, remember this, clockwise and counterclockwise. You're changing the counterclockwise one, or vice versa, to go the direction of the other one. So you're changing both pickups to go the same way. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, so that is series and parallel and coil tapping. Okay. There's another one called, let me get this right, out of phase. There we go. So out of phase is another way of saying parallel, or not parallel, series. Yes, I get so confused. I don't know how you guys are going to follow me on this, but anyway. So out of phase and series are pretty much the same kind of thing. It gives you either a nasally sound or like a I don't know. Okay, I'll play it for you one day if you're lucky. Okay, so that's pickups. In adjust. I think I've covered everything. I really do think I have. If I haven't, I'll let you know somehow. But yeah, that's episode 19. Pickups, not big truck pickups. Pickups as in guitar pickups, or pops for short. I don't know where the slang names come from. I really don't. I apologize. Alright guys, see you in episode 20 and have a good one. Signing out.